This is how and when you're going to realize the actual importance of those people in our lives who means us the most. Okay, so what is actually going to happen at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Leo, is that you are going to find yourself at such an interesting stage of your life. You're going to find yourself on a little crossroads, and almost as if you are going to blame yourself like for certain things that happened to you over the last couple of years, you know, that made you kind of to be kind of slow down, that made you to kind of slow down with a certain progress in your life. So you are gonna be kind of having a bit of like such a little bit of a like a low moment in your life. And when we have a little bit of a low moment in our lives, you know, we just only tend to see like a negative things about us, about ourselves. We can only see things, or we see things, you know, through such a negative, you know, lens. And this is, of course, it is not good, and it's a lot to do with the actual balance. So why are people in your life going to be so important? Oh my God, when you find yourself on such a low moment at the beginning of this week, okay, oh my God, this in itself is going to be a turning point at the same time. So my gorgeous Leonid, you know, this is not bad, this is not sad, this is not negative, this is actually really, really good, because you are gonna come to the bottom of something that was really affecting you without you even realizing. It was affecting your balance, it was affecting your confidence, it was affecting your self-esteem. And this is why these very, very special people in our lives are necessary in order for us to understand the specific aspects and the specific points about ourselves that are so unique and so powerful, but very often they're overlooked by ourselves. And this is why, this is when people step in, you know, and this is exactly what is going to happen, my gorgeous Leonie, indeed. This reading is in between the 16th and the 22nd of January 2023, where at the beginning of this week, you're going to find yourself on a bit of a low moment, and you're suddenly, instead of like looking at the progress that you did, instead of looking at your achievements, you're just going to be kind of holding on to the dark moments, to the dark points. You know, it's just going to feel like you're just going to feel like a little bit sad. And then someone who is very much so close to you, someone who is so important to you, you know, it's going to play such an important role when it comes to your spiritual awakening here, because you are going to feel first of all low, and then you're going to have a very important conversation, very important conversation with somebody who is very close to you. So this is either going to be your partner, husband, wife, this is either going to be a family member, or it's going to be a really, really great friend, like the greatest friend or one of the greatest people in your life. You are going to have this important conversation, and you know something is really going to happen. That person is going to be brutally rude with you, brutally honest with you. They're going to point out the negative things that like maybe that you have done, and the negative things in your life, but they're also, my God, most importantly, going to point out all the great things that you have done and all the amazing things that you have done. But because this is coming from someone so special, this is coming from such a powerful individual in your life, this is really going to affect you in the way you couldn't possibly imagine. What you're gonna feel, it's gonna be completely out of this world. So let me tell you, it's all gonna start with them being brutally honest with you. And first of all, you're gonna be like, oh, don't speak to me like that. But then again, like almost immediately, you are going to snap out of it, and you are going to get and gain an insight, and you know, out of it that you need at this stage of your life. And you're gonna be able to recognize exactly what that person is trying to tell you. You're gonna realize how unique you are, how powerful you are, and this is going to start raising your vibration, and this is going to start raising your confidence, and this is going to be absolutely amazing, because now you're going to start feeling very powerful, and you're going to start feeling very optimistic, and you are really going to realize some kind of like a massive huge accomplishment that you've done. You know, over the last 2 or 3 years you achieved so much, you achieved a lot, and you must not ignore this accomplishment, because this in itself is going to bring so much power and so much confidence back into your life. And that in itself is going to highlight like that, you know, it's time for you to become a leader of your own life. I'm not saying that you haven't been leader, but you will know exactly why am I saying this, because the next steps are going to be so important for you to take, for you to make, but you're the only one who can do this. You're the only one who knows when to do this and how to do this. So this is why you need to kind of at the same time recenter and ground yourself as well, because you are going to be thinking about something very, very specific indeed. This is just going to bring you a really nice and temporary pause, you know, for reflection and insight when it comes to your life, you know. And at the same time, you know, this is going to kind of bring you an awakening where you are going to be able to see things in a completely different light, and that is all going to kind of lead towards you knowing that now it's time to embrace your uniqueness. You need to pay attention to what makes you really unique, and you need to pay attention to your passion, and you need to find out how you can take this kind of as far as you possibly can. And also, my gorgeous Leonie, at the beginning of this week, what else I was going to say, you know what you're going to find? You are going to be facing a little challenge, and you will see why. Because there is a specific message that you are going to have, and that specific message that you are going to have, it's really going to surprise you. And the reason why you're going to be surprised, because it's almost from you, it's going to be required to make some kind of decision immediately, and you will know that something is not right about it. You will know that something is just not going to be right about this. So someone is going to be pressurizing you to make some kind of decision, but at the same time, for the love of God, why would you be making decision and especially why would you kind of make some kind of decision and do something that you know it's not good for you, or it's really, really bad for you? No, baby, no. Don't do something that you know it's not good for you. Okay, so you're absolutely right. And the reason why you're gonna feel this like a big challenge, it's almost as if you're pressurized to do something that you don't want to do. Don't do things in this life you don't want to do, because you will regret. You know, we will regret if we do something what someone else wants us to do, and our initial feeling is like, no, baby, no. Our initial feeling is like darkness, sadness, negativity. Something is not right. Something is not right. Something is not right. Well, go and follow that vibration, my gorgeous Leonie, because you're absolutely right, because you are ridiculously intuitive. You are very intuitive signs indeed, and you're very, very powerful, you know, because when you start something, you always finish something. You know, when you appreciate something, you know, you're able to do so much with that part of your life that you appreciate, because you love that part of your life. With other words, when you're passionate about something, you know, you are able to elevate yourself with that aspect of your life so much quicker than some other signs. And this is the intuition that I want to highlight. You know, you know if something is good, you know if something is bad, you know. So you're absolutely right. Why would you be doing something that's bad for you? So naturally, you are going to feel like a little bit defensive, and you're going to find this as a challenge. And then at the same time, there is so much that it's going to become obvious to you what you were worried about over the last year. It's like kind of becoming reality, but it's not happening to somebody else. It's actually happening to you, but you are still having the balls in your hands. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know if you say it like that. You still have the balls in your hands. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I mean? It's still down to you. It's still up to you. For the love of God, do not do anything like that could be bad for you. And how you're going to know what this is? Well, your intuition is telling you that this is wrong, and it's going to be highlighted what was on your mind for the last, let's say, year. Like you were aware of the certain things, you know, and you had so many confirmations, you know, there's so many different aspects that I can actually take into this situation from the outside world that you were like kind of aware of in your own way. And by this moment in time, so much is going to be proven to you as well. And on top of that, you get this challenging message, like, you know what I mean, that makes you really challenged, and that's something that it's going to highlight things that you were worried about. Now it's happening to you. And this in itself, it's actually going to be brilliant because it's going to show you exactly what to do and what not to do. And almost instantly after that moment in time, after that happens, you know, you are going to have such a powerful realization. And the powerful realization that you are going to have, it's also bringing you the whole new aspect in your life. Now suddenly, very shortly after that moment in time, you're going to look at someone, you will look to a couple of 2 or 3 different people, and these 2 or 3 different people are going to be working on something at the beginning of the week, and what they're going to be working on, what they're going to be talking about, you will be able to connect to. And that in itself, there is something that you're going to see, that you're going to become aware of, that it's really going to inspire you, because it's going to remind you of yourself, and it's going to remind you of your situation, but even most importantly, it's going to remind you of those things that you're passionate about. And through these people, you're going to realize how easy it's to do what you want to do. And this is going to be like, bye darling, when it comes to the challenge, and when it comes to people wanting for you to do something that you don't want to do, that's extremely bad, no baby, no, then you know, this is all going to start making sense, and it is indeed going to be the way out for you as well. So my gorgeous Leonie, this is going to be absolutely important stage for you, where you yet again, you must not ignore your intuition whatsoever, okay? Because by you not wanting to do what this bastard wants you to do, but you not wanting to do what this bastardo wants you to do, it's basically within the next 4 weeks, in as little as 4 weeks, you will have the answer. And the answer that you are going to have is going to confirm to you that you were absolutely right. And on top of that, you're going to feel so good about yourself that you didn't do this, that you will want to celebrate. You will want to celebrate because you will know that you escaped something that could have been like so dangerous for you, so not good for you indeed. I'm sorry, I hope that this doesn't sound like too dark or too negative, but I'm sorry, it's just what I see here. This is important. This is all part of your awakening. It's part of who you are, and it's part of your process of life, you know, and your own spirituality. So this is indeed important. And on top of that, at the beginning of this week, my God, just the beginning of this week is going to be a little bit whiffy. You see, when it comes to a bit clicky, when it comes to, like, you know, like you may be dealing with certain things that are going to surprise you, and then, you know, it's just gonna kind of, oh God, it's gonna make you feel just like a little tiny bit anxious. But it's gonna turn out to be absolutely fine. It's gonna turn out to be absolutely okay. Okay, so bear with me. So also at the beginning of this week, you know, you are gonna become aware of some kind of lies and some kind of double dealings, and no one was lying to you, but basically you are gonna become aware of someone lying to somebody else, okay? And this in itself, it's kind of going to make you aware of like what to pay attention to, and this is going to make you aware of, also fully aware of something that you didn't know before. And this is going to be such a great moment of enlightenment, because you will know which way to go and what to avoid. And at the same time, this is all going to contribute towards you having a very personal answer for yourself here, especially when it comes to what is the next step when it comes to your development. Because then and there, you're going to become so ambitious and so confident about some kind of success. Something is going to be on your mind, and what is going to be on your mind before you weren't too sure. So now this is going to bring you such a powerful confidence about your own success, about the things ahead. And that in itself, it's really coming from you having a completely different perspective, because what are you going to hear, what are you going to become aware of about these lies connected to somebody else. This is going to answer your question, and on top of that, you are going to be able to benefit from that, because you will be able to see things from a different angle, because you will know what you didn't know before, and that is going to elevate you nicely to the point where you are really gonna also know what exactly do you need to sacrifice on one hand at this stage of your life, what readjustment do you need to make, but at the same time, you still must not rush too much. You still need to follow the certain rules at the moment. You need to remember this. It's very important, my gorgeous Leonie, indeed. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, oh my God, I'm keep on seeing this person. Somebody in your life is going to need your help, and it's not only the beginning of this week, but that throughout this week, you know, somebody in your life is just going through something very difficult, like, and that person means to you so much, that person means to you a lot, but that person is going through some kind of like oh my God, do you know what? I think that that person is most likely addicted to something. Some kind of a very kind of heavy addiction is going on there. And please, and that person is not acting themselves. That person hasn't been themselves for a long time. And you just need to kind of work out and have the plan how you can actually help to this person. Okay, this person is super sensitive at the moment. The things are not right in that person's life. But you can just kind of bear that in mind when you hear something that person is going to do this week, something really unusual, really weird, but then again you will be able to connect the dots and you will be able to understand that maybe it's to do with some kind of addiction or something going on. And so this is just something that I would like you to kind of pay attention to, because you're very strongly connected to that person, but the things haven't been in between you two like that great, because you had some kind of like a fallout or argument not that long ago, or a while back actually, you know. And then, but you just still have to bear in mind that that person is not being themselves, and trying to find out the way how you can go around, how you can go about and kind of talk to them and reach forward, reach through, you know, and see how you can actually help them as well. But it's going to be a little bit difficult because you've fallen out, but you must not take personally what this person is saying and what this person is kind of going through, because they're not being themselves. I mean, how else can I explain this, you know? So it's important. I wouldn't be saying this if this is not somebody who is like a really kind of a prominent person in your life, you know. So this is going to get back to you helping that person. It's like you're helping yourself. So I know that this means to you quite a lot. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Leonid, you know, you are really kind of going to feel suddenly you're gonna be kind of thinking a lot about your childhood completely out of the blue. You will look at something, you will see something, and something is going to remind you of your childhood like a long time ago, and then you're gonna kind of feel this vibration, how things used to be, you know. You're going to be thinking about how things used to be, you know, how careless you used to be, you know. It's when we are in our childhood and we are children, and then we don't need to embrace our inner child, because we are living through the inner child's eyes, you know. So we do everything so innocently, and we do follow our intuition and our subconscious mind so much more than like later on lots of people just kind of lose themselves in the world, in life, with life. So when we are children, we are beautiful, we are gorgeous, we are unique, we are pure, you know, because we do not need to embrace things, you know, like how sometimes now in this life, like when we are older, you know, it's just like, you know, sometimes we just have to kind of shake ourselves up and remind ourselves of the power that we have as soon as we embrace our inner child. So we just think about things, you know, from a completely different angle, very specific angle, very special angle, where so much comes out of it in such a much more beautiful way out of us than it normally would. It gives us confidence to do things we wouldn't normally do. Even if we make a mistake, it doesn't matter. This is what an inner child normally does, you see. It doesn't matter, because that means that you needed and you had to make a mistake on your spiritual journey, because you needed to get a certain lesson out of it. You needed to learn something out of it. So this is important, to look at things, you know, through with this type of eyes. So now my gorgeous Leonis, so you are really going to look at something, and then this is going to remind you of your childhood, and then suddenly, you know, there is some kind of insight that you are going to have. You will know exactly, it's not about you thinking about your childhood, but you are going to find yourself thinking about your childhood and about good aspects of your childhood, and then suddenly something is going to come to you, some kind of insight, some kind of answer, how to deal with a certain burden in your life. Not only you're going to have an answer, but you will absolutely have a completely perfect energy to actually go for it. You will have a confidence to go for it. You will have a self-esteem to go for it. You will have a courage to go for it. Why? Because you came to this conclusion while you were embracing your inner child. When we become so powerful, and that in itself means that one cycle is coming to an end, and whenever one cycle is coming to an end, another cycle is about to begin. begin, because very shortly after that moment in time, not only you're going to know what to do with the burden that was affecting you over the last 11 months very heavily, very strongly, even more so after that moment in time, you are going to have an important news about someone very consistent in your life, about very consistent person in your life, especially when it comes to someone giving you the certain news, or you getting a certain news through someone. I'm talking about that type of consistency. So you're going to get like an important news about what you should be investing in, and now you will know, oh my God, I can't believe that this just happened. It's such an amazing, mind-blowing power when it comes to power, when it comes to the actual synchronicity in our lives. This is all going to start making sense, because it couldn't have happened at a better time. This is going to give you a reason for celebration. Oh my God, you're going to feel so happy. You will want to celebrate here. That's how happy you're going to feel. You're going to feel extremely inspired about what it's about to come, but at the same time, you're also going to feel a rather artistic as well. It's like, oh my God, and this is because the whole new balance, it's about to come back into your life. The whole new balance is about to come back into your life, which means that now you are, for the first time after such a long time, you are going to be facing a brand new direction. And this brand new direction that you're going to be facing, it's not like a completely new things are going to start appearing in your life. No, baby, no. But this brand new direction, it's going to come in such a way where like it's like a path that you need to take naturally from where you are right now in terms of development, second stage, third stage. It's like a promotion of your life. But I'm saying a brand new path because, you know, it's to do with you continuing with what you are working on right now, but also at the same time, you know, there is so much now suddenly that you will want to learn, that you will want to reach, you know, towards, you know, in terms of the actual learning. So this is something that you need to pay attention to, because those things that you suddenly feel like you want to learn about, you know, trust me, in exactly 11 weeks after this moment in time, there is going to be an opportunity, which is going to be an opportunity of your lifetime, which is literally going to change your life in so many different ways. But this is where things are about to start for you, my gorgeous Leone. So this is what you need to understand. This is going to lead towards one of the biggest accomplishments of your life. This is so important in terms of success, and in terms of you feeling so proud of yourself, in terms of you feeling so excited. You know, it's about to it's going to lead towards one of the biggest achievements, you know, accomplishments of your life. This is absolutely remarkable indeed. Oh my God. And when it comes to the midweek also, my gorgeous Leone, let me tell you that one specific wish, it's about to come true. My goodness, one specific wish, it's about to come true, and your dream, it's about to slowly but surely become a reality. And this in itself is going to become like a really magical time of your life. And this in itself, it's going to require from you to take things further, things further, and have faith, my gorgeous Leone, indeed that things are going to be absolutely right, because they are. And the power of manifestation is going to be out of this world, out of this world. So you need to be as optimistic as you possibly can from the beginning of the week until the end of the week. Because if you're negative, no baby, no, it's pointless, because it's going to turn into real challenges later on. Do not be negative. Don't waste your time on being negative about things that are presented to you. This is all a bit of a part of the challenge that you will be actually going through. By the time you get to the last part of this week, it's like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. You need to understand that this is actually going to be extremely important. At the end of the week, something is going to happen to you completely unexpected. Like, oh my God, something is going to happen to you completely unexpected, and you're going to be completely blown away. Like, this situation, it's like going to be something like you've never been through before. This is really going to surprise you what is going to happen, but it's also going to make you realize and learn something very specific about yourself. Through that situation, you're going to realize on one hand how much you changed, but on another hand, you're going to realize that you are ready for something. You will know what this is. This is personal. You're ready for something. So this is bringing you an inspiration. But what is going to be different about this this inspiration that you are going to have. The different thing about this inspiration that you are going to have is that you will not know that you are already giving birth to something at the same time. You are about to give a birth to some kind of project, something here, just by you being inspired by something. So just pay attention to this, because this is so important. You have to trust yourself and you have to follow your intuition. Your spirit is going to rise, your vibration is going to rise. This is going to make you feel like you haven't felt in such a long time, but you are going to feel so excited, because you will know that there is so much more to do, there is so much more to explore, there is so much more to try, there is so much more to investigate. It's like, oh my God, you're going to start opening up in so many different ways, but now suddenly you're going to realize like what you were missing out, so far in your life. It's better late than never. It's better later than never. Do you know what I mean? Do not blame yourself for anything. This is going to be such a brilliant moment, but at the same time you are going to need to take a little bit of break after that moment in time to recharge and to mentally prepare, because you are gonna need to kind of like really be honest with yourself, because something is gonna come to an end as well, and you are some kind of situation is gonna come to an end. Is to do with the discontinuance of a certain effort, something that you were like so passionate about at some point in your life, but it just didn't work out later on. And it's just until you reach this stage when something much better, baby, comes up, then you can see, oh, but this is nothing, and then you're gonna need to establish what has come to an end, and you need to cut something out of your life. But just remember that you're leaving this situation for something much better indeed. But you are gonna get this determination now that this nothing is gonna stop you ever again, because it's coming from you having a control over a situation that was affecting you in a negative way for way too long, in such a way where we were just in this limbo mode. You were doing fine and everything, but sometimes we just need to kind of find out, sometimes we just need to kind of work on our own progress, and we think we are okay, we are fine, but we can do just so much more when it comes to our lives. And things like this happen, oh my God, nothing is going to be the same ever again. I'm repeating that you are going to find out something very specific about yourself, and you are going to like it, because you're going to realize that you're way more powerful than you ever actually thought. So this is all coming from you having control over this situation, and then somebody really powerful in your life, a powerful figure, very powerful, very successful person in your life, it's going to confirm to you, that you are about to make a really wise choice indeed. And also at the end of this week, my gorgeous Leonie, ignore the illusion of being trapped. Please, when it comes to the end of this week, I want you to remember to ignore the illusion of being trapped. And at the same time, you need to accept responsibility for your situation, and then make choices that support your path to happiness. Just remember this. It is very important indeed. And on another hand, it's a lot to do with a new start. It's a lot to do with you trusting yourself, but it's also a lot to do with you pushing your fears aside. It's time to take a leap of faith indeed. So now, my gorgeous Leonie, I'm just going to shuffle this tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, so what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Leonie? Oh dear, you see this? Now, this is what you need to understand, that you are going to be part of some kind of competition this week. You are going to be part of some kind of competition this week, but without people around you. So this is very difficult to explain. You need to find the part of your life that means to you the most. You need to work out the part of your life at the beginning of this week that you want to work on, that you want to put so much of your precious energy towards. And it's not that you need to find this. You are really going to be working on it from the beginning of the week anyway. But the important thing is that you need to put as much as energy towards it as you possibly can. You need to put as much energy sorry, you need to put in as much energy towards it as you possibly can, because you are being watched without being watched. Okay, this is very important for you to understand. It's not necessarily competition where there are going to be like kind of people around you like, oh yeah, it's Mary, Jane, Maria, John, Mark, Sophia. Do you know what I mean? No baby, no. But this is to do with the spiritual terms. It's very important, and it's to do with manifestation, and it's to do with your own power. You're going to be working on some kind of a goal. Okay, let me just go back to this. From the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Leonie, you're going to be working on a specific goal, something that means to you so much, something that means to you so much indeed. And that particular goal that you're going to be working on, you need to put in as much as energy as you can. You need to work on it every single step of the way, every second, as much as you possibly can. But it is to do with something that you're really good at. It is to do with something that you really enjoy, and it is to do something that you really love doing anyway. So whatever this is, just make sure that you put that a little bit extra. The more extra you put towards it, the more successful this is going to be, the more successful outcome is going to be, because you are going to be absolutely mind-blowingly rewarded. It's like someone is watching you when no one is watching you. Do you see what I mean? Because this, you are creating a very powerful energy and vibration that is going to go so much further, because you are putting energy towards something very specific when it comes to this week, because this week is going to be very unique, and very soon after you are going to be recognized in the best possible way. One of the most powerful rewards of your life, it's about to slide in. It's like, oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Leonie, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.